Hey guys, can you see me checking the lighting? I don't know if that's good because you got the sun in the back. Nah, we gotta turn you around. But look at this beautiful day. It's amazing. We got the sun out. I don't know what temperature it is. Obviously, I still have a jumper on, so I'm guessing we're at like 18 degrees. Let's see what my watch says. No data. Okay. Yeah, I think it's safe to say 18 degrees in beautiful Tasmania. Look at these trees. They are gorgeous. Amazing. Would you like to live here? Come and visit Tassie. This is not sponsored, but I think they're pushing for us to have a staycation. So if you're a local Tasmanian, go check out all the spots that there are in Tassie. I really want to check out Bongerong Zoo. I've never been there before, or that I can remember as an adult, so definitely want to go there. It's not far from where I live, so that's an easy one. Alright, let's turn you guys around. Oh, okay, I think that's a little bit better. I'm sitting under a tree, so get the shade. Don't want to age my skin too much. I am almost 30. My mum reminded me the other day and I was like, how dare you remind me? I still think I am 18. What happened? I don't know. But anyway, time goes on. It slows down for no man. I just want to show you this feather I saw. And by I want to show you this feather I saw means that I just want to pick it up, because every time I see a feather I want to pick it up. And as a kid, mum would be like, don't touch it, you're gonna get like bird's disease or something. I'm gonna go pick it up. It's so pretty. It looked prettier before. Oh, here we go. Can you see the blue? I don't know. Look at that blue. Isn't that pretty? Wow. This is cool. Start journaling like old school way with my ink. Yeah, this is cool. I don't know if you guys are experienced in feathers, but anyway, I'm always tempted by a feather, but it's so pretty. Anyway, so I thought I would talk to you guys about, if you are on a weight loss journey, how to stay on your weight loss journey, because that is one of the bigger things. Okay, we just got motivated to start a weight loss journey. Good on you. Sometimes that's the hardest thing. What's the next biggest hurdle is staying on track, staying on your weight loss journey. How do we do that? So the first thing we want to talk about is, why do we come off our weight loss journey? What are the things that make us stop altogether? What are the things that make us wake up and go, actually today I'm not doing this anymore, I'm over it? What makes us think like that? Okay, a couple of things. It could be that we are overwhelmed. We are overwhelmed by tracking our calories, and if you're not tracking calories, maybe you're just tracking your food, weighing out your food, understanding portion sizes. These things can really stress us out, get us overwhelmed, make us stop giving a hoot. So what do we do when we're kind of feeling overwhelmed by tracking our food? All right, if it's been day 0, that is understandable. You will feel overwhelmed for a couple of weeks. Know that that's normal. But you have to give it a chance. You have to give it a chance. But if you are at maybe month 1 or week 2 and you're like, oh man, I'm over it already, then I will allow you to start thinking about, okay, what are some other options I can do? Should I just guesstimate my calories? You could do that, or you could start, if you've done it for a couple of days and you've gotten a little bit more education on portion sizes, then I would recommend that you go off memory. You go, okay, all right, that much chicken, I remember it being this many calories. let's try going off memory for the visual sight of portion sizes for a little while. And if that, and by a little while I mean like at least a week. You know why I say at least a week? Because you got to see how your body responds. That means our bowel motions. That means how much fluid we retain. That means things like the scale. What is the scale saying? And how are we feeling on the inside? Do we have irritable bowels? Are we bloating? Are we getting the benefits? Are we seeing the benefits we want to see? So give it at least a week when you make these changes. And then if those changes are negative, then reevaluate. If those changes are positive, then you keep going, right? So what you have to do when you're feeling overwhelmed is be patient. I know, I've said it in probably every single one of my videos. Be patient. And if you don't know how to be patient, learn how to be patient. If you're watching this video because you want motivation on weight loss, that's great. Think about that. Think about, okay, you want to get some tips on weight loss, but what are these external factors that have contributed to me not having positive results all of these years? And contributing factors can be things like you're an impatient person. You are, for lack of a better word, lazy. You don't want to put in that extra effort. You are suffering from depression and low self-worth. So they're the contributing factors. So you want to know how to lose weight, and you want to consume all this, footage of how to lose weight, but you're not looking at the contributing factors of why you got here in the first place. So look at these contributing factors. They can be different for everyone. Maybe it's none of them, but if it is, then you're going to have to start learning these other things. Like, for instance, for me, it was patience. I'm far out. I'm still an impatient person sometimes, but I've gotten a lot better. So how did I learn to become patient? Was looking into that subject. So don't just focus on weight loss and what to eat, okay? We want the whole picture. We want a holistic approach to our weight loss journey for it to be sustainable, realistic, and motivating for us and have results. The only way you are going to get results from your weight loss journey, and you're feeling tired right now at week 2 or even day 5, you have to start thinking why. Okay, why? What are your contributing factors of why you got here in the first place? Why did you become overweight? Why did you become maybe morbidly obese? You got to be honest with yourself. If you're honest enough with yourself to know you need to lose weight, be honest with yourself to know that maybe there's some mental and internal things that you need to fix. And only you can know what those things are and make a change. So it's not just about the scale. It's not just about eating in a calorie deficit. If you want long-lasting weight loss results, you gotta start to unpack all this other stuff. And yes, it may take a lot of self-growth. It may take a lot of time, because you might want to, after watching this video, think, okay, maybe I'm not ready for my weight loss journey. Maybe I'm not mentally there right now. Okay, if that's the case and you come away from this video and you're like, okay, Yaz said I need to start thinking about my contributing factors, what are they? Alright, if you are like me and it's being impatient and you want to see results right now, think, why are you inclined to be impatient? Why? And is it just with weight loss, or is it with some other things? You might start to self-analyze that it's not just about your body, it's about seeing it's also other things in other areas of your life. Like maybe you're impatient at the grocery store. You get in there, you start packing your trolley, and then 5 minutes in you're like, oh, I want to leave now, I'm over it. And then you just like, I've done that. I've literally gone into a Woolworths, packed my trolley with 1 or 2 things, and I'm tired and I'm over it, and I just leave the trolley there. I don't even put the stuff away and I walk out. Yeah, I'm one of those people. Because I get overwhelmed and stressed. Why am I stressed? Why am I overwhelmed? Why am I impatient? Well, for that particular reason with Woolworths, I'm just giving you an example. I was like, okay, there's a bunch of people. There's a bunch of people around. I don't like having a bunch of people. I feel like they're staring at me. Maybe they're judging what I'm putting in my cart. Maybe they think that's a fat girl putting stuff in her cart. Maybe that's I don't know what they're thinking, and I start freaking out. Who cares what they're thinking? Why do I care what these strangers are thinking that I'm putting in my cart? I'm there, I'm gonna consume this food. It might be for my family members. It might be, I'm paying with my card. I'm there as, I'm not a criminal. I'm there paying for my food, but I always feel like I'm being judged or that I'm being looked at in a certain way. So the patience factor, the impatient factor, has now gone on to that. So that from that impatient factor has now turned to another issue, that I care what people think and I get overwhelmed by that. Okay, so now we've found out from that one, self-analyzing thing that I'm impatient. Why am I impatient? I care, like I'm overwhelmed by maybe other people's judgments of me. All right, now we're here. Why do I care about these other people's judgment? Another self-analyzing, let's think about this. All right, why do I care? I care because I want people to like me. I want people to like me, end of story. I don't want to be a weirdo. I don't want to be hated on. I want people to like me. Okay, so now we found out another nugget. I want people to like me. Why do I want people to like me? You see, so on and so forth, from one thing to another, okay? And now we're going on to another thing, all right? And from why do I want people to like me? Because I don't feel loved in general. This is my personal story. It might be different for you. Why don't you feel loved in general, okay? So it's this snowball effect that comes from these contributing factors, like I said before. And is it stressful to start self-analyzing? Oh yeah, it's stressful. It can be a lot. But again, this is what you have to do to see results that are long-lasting, sustainable, and become your everyday life. If that's what you want, you're gonna have to look at these contributing factors, okay? All right, so moving on from wanting to give up, looking at our contributing factors of why we are overwhelmed with our weight loss journey. Number 2 is that maybe, just maybe, you're in too low of a calorie deficit. For my newbies out there, what is a calorie deficit? That just means that you're consuming calories lower than what you are burning. So you're eating less than what your body is burning off. That is a calorie deficit. All right. So maybe you've started your weight loss journey. You've committed to 3 days, but oh my golly goshkin, on day 4, you're like, nah, I can't do this. I can't live life like this. I can hardly eat like 5 slices of bread. Like, what am I supposed to do here? Like, I'm feeling hungry, I'm feeling ravenous, I'm feeling grumpy. Maybe your calorie deficit is too much right now. Maybe your calorie deficit is too low. If your calorie deficit is too low for you and it's making you stress that you can't participate in family gatherings, you can't have fun, you can't go out with friends, you can't go out to dinner before a movie because you're like, oh, I can't, stick within my calories. Well, I've said it before, but I'll say it again. Start off with the smallest calorie deficit. So what does that look like? It'll look different for every individual based off how much weight you want to lose and how much weight you want to lose per week. Everybody that I know, when they put into these, calorie calculators, they always say they want to lose 1 kilo per week. Now think about 1 kilo, okay? Go to Big W and pick up a 1 kilo dumbbell, or I don't even know if they have 1 kilo dumbbells, but like a little 1 kilo weight. Pick that up. Feel it. It's actually surprisingly heavy, and you want to lose that every single week. Why? Because you're impatient. But it's understandable. I did the same thing. Now, going back to having a really unsustainable calorie deficit for yourself, especially in like week 1, week 2, week 3, when you're first starting off, that is not the way to go. The way to go is when you're first starting off, you want to make it as easy as possible, your weight loss journey. So, what are we going to do with our calorie deficit? We still want to lose weight. We still are committed to losing weight. What do we do? In that calorie calculator, don't say you want to lose 1 kilo per week. Say, maybe half a kilo, maybe 0.3 or 0.2 a week. Do the lowest for week 1, week 2, maybe for the first month. See how you go. And if you have lost weight, well done. Well done. Was it slow? Probably was. Probably felt really slow. You feel like you're not getting that zap of joy when you step on the scale and you go, oh wow, I lost a kilo. No. Be patient, again, with these contributing factors. And once you step on the scale after a month, I guarantee you, if you had stuck to your calorie deficit that calculator spat out at you, and you've been eating within your calories and you're lightly active, you will have lost some weight. Is it a lot of weight? Maybe not. Is it a full-on kilo? Maybe not. Is it something? Yes, it will be something. And that little something, like think back to when your dad said, save your $1 coin, save your 5 cents, Yasmin, save it, put it in your bank, and over time it'll build. Yes, it feels insignificant when you pick up a 5 cent piece and you're like, I'm just going to chuck that because that's nothing. But over time it builds up and we get $10. Okay, $10 is nothing to sneeze at. It's not like what it was 20 years ago, but that's a whole nother conversation. But that's $10 from your little 5 cents. Amazing. Well done. Pat yourself on the back because now you have lost weight. Something maybe you thought, nah, it's impossible for me. You have done it. It's slow? Yes. But have you been able to go out to the movies and have a choc top? Yes, you have. Have you been able to go out to Nando's and have a big chicken salad with your mates and maybe a couple of chips? Yes, you have. You get to enjoy life. You get to lose weight. Mate, you're set. No, don't stick with what you Google and it says 1,200 calories. No, unless you are if you are a small person, like I'm talking like, you were born to be 4 foot something. Yeah, if you're a small person, that might be a completely different topic. Consult with your GP about calories, especially if you're an adult, and that might be a different story altogether. But for the average person of an average height, 5 foot and up, you're an adult, these calorie calculators can still work for you. But yeah, if you are a small person, or you are missing limbs, or there are other factors that you need to consider, like if you're in a wheelchair, if you're fully inactive, immobile, these are all other things you're going to have to consider. And I don't know a lot about that topic when it comes to weight loss. So that's definitely something you should consult a professional on. But when it comes to being of an average height, 5 foot and above, not missing any limbs, not being in a wheelchair, things like that, then definitely what will spew out for you from Google is 1,200 calories, and for most of us, this is too much of a calorie deficit. Take me, for instance. I was 162 kilos, okay? My average calorie consumption was about 4,000, 3,500 calories per day, okay? That was my normal consumption, let alone on the days that I would binge eat and probably get way up to 10,000, not kidding. So was that realistic and sustainable for me to go from eating like 4,000 calories plus to then all of a sudden next day 1,200 calories? No. Would I have stuck to my weight loss journey for this 19 months if I had done that? No, not at all. Think about it. Why? Because they're going off an average, okay? They want, that 1,200 calories for the average person is probably going to make you lose at least half a kilo or a kilo a week for the average person of a more healthier weight range. But if you are overweight, obese, or morbidly obese like me, like I used to be, then you are going to have to go off what your average is and take off 300 to 500 calories less. And even that can be too much for some people, and maybe you just got to take off 100 or 200 calories. Think about it. So how do you know what your average is? Those weight loss calculators, and I'll put it in the description below, it'll tell you, like, if you go off your current weight and your height and your gender, and then you put in that little button that says maintenance calories, it'll tell you the average that it statistically thinks that you are consuming per day, okay? And from that number, that big number that's embarrassing and you don't want to say it out loud, from that big calorie maintenance number, then take off 100 to 300 calories, at least for your first week or two. So here's an example, guys. We have our maintenance calories, so the amount of calories we need to consume per day in order to maintain our current weight, our starting weight. And then we subtract 100 to 300 calories from that total number. And then from the third week, all right, we're feeling good, self-evaluate again, self-analyze. This is what it's all about. Everything is different for everyone. Don't listen to these people who are like, have this diet and pay $50 a week and it will make you fit and strong and you will have abs and you will be like Tarzan. This is bull poo-poo. Don't listen to them. No. You mightn't have the same statistical average. You might be abnormal like me. You might be way on the other side of the scale. Maybe you only have 5 kilos to lose. And maybe you can lose it in a short term doing the 1,200 calories, but are you enjoying yourself? Are you going to stay on that? So make sure that you are self-analyzing your situation, not your cousin's situation, not your sister's situation, not your mum's situation. You are analyzing your situation. What is your body? What is your height? What is your gender? What are your pre-existing conditions? What is my end goal? Do I really just want to look hot for this wedding? Are you really just want to look hot for one day? No, you want to feel good, live a healthier life forever. And then when any outing, gathering thing comes around, you're going to look good. You don't have to worry about that one day. I feel like everyone's like, how to lose weight for my Bali trip. Yeah, I'm talking to someone specific here. You want to lose weight for your Bali trip? Okay, yeah. You want to lose about 20 kilos in 5 weeks? Yeah. It's not going to happen for you. And if it does happen for you, that is not healthy. And why is it not healthy? Because our body needs nutrients. It needs a certain amount of fluid. It needs a certain amount of fat. It needs all these other things. And if you've dropped all that amount of weight so quickly, our body can go into shock and it doesn't know what to do. And then you create other issues for yourself that when you come back to another weight loss journey, because realistically you're going to gain back the weight because you did it so quickly and you probably were eating inappropriately, like a low amount of calories to get to that goal in 5 weeks, then you're going to have all these other issues that you're going to have to deal with later. And later comes around pretty quickly. It does. So be honest with yourself. Self-analyze. Look at your calorie deficit. Is it too much for you? Is it, if you can't enjoy life, live life, go out and have fun, and if you are maybe even starting an exercise regime, like even if that just means going for a little walk down the block, and you're feeling super lethargic and you're feeling lightheaded, you want to faint, that's not a good sign. If your bowel motions get to be like really irregular, I'm talking 4 to 6 days plus, you are going to have to see a professional about that, because you're not doing the right thing by your body. And this is the thing, guys. I'm talking to you right now. If you are morbidly obese, or just even like on a higher weight that you've never been in your life before, did you love your body to get there? Did you give it love, the love that it needed? Did you give it the nutrients it needed? How's your heart health? How's all these other things that you might be suffering with? And now you want to be unkind to it once again, but you say, no, I'm losing weight. I'm being kind to my body because, my knees play up a lot, so I got to lose weight. Yeah. But what is your weight loss journey saying about you? What is the plan going forward? Is it positive things that you are giving to your body while you're in this calorie deficit? Or are you like that person I just pointed out that wants to lose like 20 kilos within 5 weeks? You're not going to do it in a kind way to your body. And this is the thing. Going back to the beginning of this video, thinking about the contributing factors. Why aren't you kind to your body? Why do you want to suffer to get to a lower weight range? Why? Tell me why. Tell yourself why. Why do you want to suffer and cause more pain to your body, more long-term issues that, hey, babe, you ain't going to be 21 forever. It's all going to creep up and it's going to come out eventually. And eventually comes around really quickly. Have a think. do this self-analyzing, and yeah, it's going to be a lot maybe for you. This self-analyzing, I'm going to, be honest with you, it took a lot out of me. Like, I went to counselling. I had a lot of cry sessions. I just sit down and think about life. And, you might have a family that doesn't support this type of self-healing. Maybe they think it's a little bit too selfish or too self-absorbed, or maybe they think it's not worth your time. Maybe they think, just get on with it, move on. Can't you just get over it? No, you can't get over 5 years or more, my whole life. You can't just get over 30 years almost, as my mum likes to remind me, of learning a negative way to eat, a negative way to treat yourself if you're not doing the right thing by yourself. Maybe you do self-punishment, maybe whatever it is, if it's binge eating, if it's, over-exercising, if it's any of these things, it's worth your time to self-analyze. It is worth your time. Are you going to feel miserable for a little bit? Yeah, I felt miserable on and off for probably, I'm talking emotionally, for probably the first 5 months of my journey. But it wasn't to do with my calories. It wasn't to do with the actual eating. I really enjoyed the challenge of making my own meals that I used to love before and putting it in a lower calorie meal, like forming my own meal, creating my own meal. I love that. I love that challenge. It was exciting. It was new and it was awesome. And I loved it. That side of weight loss, I loved. The contributing factors that I had to go through in order to get into the headspace that I am now and into the body that I am in now. Probably got grass on my bottom. Yeah, that wasn't a lot of fun, but was it worth it? 100%. 100,000,000,000,000,000%. Why was it worth it? Because I got here. This weight loss, I don't understand, I don't know all of you guys watching, but for me, this was something I thought was impossible. Being a superhero is impossible. Being having superpowers or being able to levitate stuff. How people see that stuff as impossible, I saw weight loss as that for me. So, yeah, I just really want to help you guys out and I want to be honest with you. And you have to look at these contributing factors because nothing is going to stick long term if you don't. You might want to internalize all this grief and stress that you have on yourself and that you've had for years just in order to move on, lose the weight. Okay, you've lost the weight. Good on you. Congratulations. And then what? You've lost the weight. How long does it take for it to come back on? I'm just being honest. I've gone on a weight. This is not my first weight loss journey, guys. I can't even count. It is endless. This is the first weight loss journey that has stuck because I've done the contributing factors that led me here. I've self-analyzed them and I've put in the work to change the way that I think about things. That's the only way. Because you know why? You want to be a different person? You want to feel like things that are impossible are possible? You want to, if you're jealous of your cousin for being skinny her whole life, Maddie, I'm talking to you. She's beautiful. She's the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life. Always been jealous of her body and her personality. She's the best. But yeah, if you want to be a different, be yourself, be able to be yourself fully, be able to participate in life and not be miserable. You might be happy on the outside. Everyone's like, oh, Yasmin, you're so happy, you're so lovely, you're bubbly, you're funny, you're this and that. And on the inside, you feel lost and sad and lonely and, you feel all these negative things. No one knows that, but you know it. You need to fix it, guys. You need to fix it. I feel sorry for you if you're there right now, because it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of effort. Look at me getting emotional. It's going to take real work, but it's worth it. Oh my goodness, it's worth it. For you to get there and see that the impossible is possible, there is no other feeling like it. And I can't even describe it. That's how abnormal and how, almost mystical and, it's beyond this world. It is beyond this world. And once you get a feeling for it, man, big blessings are upon you and you're going to benefit a lot. And even if it's just those 3 kilos or 5 kilos to feel like your knee doesn't hurt as much when you go for a run, even that's worth it. Your quality of life is worth it, okay? And it's not about me telling you that you can't be overweight. Be overweight. Be even morbidly obese if you want to be. But if you're just losing just a couple of kilos, you'll see an impact. I was talking to my brother about it the other day, and he was like, just losing 1 or 2 kilos for him, he feels like he can just breathe a little bit better. Even if it's just that one thing that you get to reap the benefits and you get to keep it off, then it's worth it. It's worth it. I'm talking about quality of life here. I'm not talking about being Sabrina Carpenter. I'm not talking about being whoever you idolize. I'm talking about being able to have quality of life. And as a nurse and as a community nurse, so that means I'm most often with people over the age of 75, you see the impacts of what they used to do as a young person, and it's a lot. Do you really want to be at the end of your life and be miserable? And then I have other clients that are out of this world, so impressive, more physically active than me, and they're so much older than me, and they have so much going on, and they have a buzzing social life, and they're on top of this world. And you can see by what they've done as a young person has contributed to where they are now as an older person. So it's a big, big learning curve for me getting into nursing and getting to meet all these wonderful people. And it's helped me not just obviously financially, but it's helped me mentally too, to get an understanding of life in general and the mortality of it all. Being able to have a full grasp on mortality and not just push it aside as something that's scary, like death is scary or whatever. It's good to have a healthy understanding about, life. Yeah, it definitely is. And it's worth the effort that you put into it, into your weight loss journey, okay? Into your health journey, whatever it is for you, whatever it is. It doesn't even have to be weight loss. If you know you need to change, okay, somewhere, somehow, for a reason that's particular to you, and you've been feeling it for a long time, just do it. Just do it. Is it going to take effort and time, and you don't want to invest that time? Well, that's on you, but you have to invest that time if you want the results that you want. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Put in the time, put in the effort, make it realistic, sustainable, but everything worth having takes time and effort. It's so true. If you start looking at different things in life, just have a good, deep and meaningful conversation with yourself. We had these deep and meaningful conversations maybe with our mums, our dads if you're close to your dad, or your best friend. And, they do help. They do help sometimes. But the biggest thing that's ever helped me is not talking to myself, but like internally having a good understanding about why I think the way that I think. And not all of it was positive. And it doesn't have to be positive, but not all of it was beneficial for my current life, for my current situation, for being a married woman, for being a working woman, for being someone who wants to go out with her friends and be active. None of the things that I was holding on to internally were benefiting me. No, they weren't. And they were making other areas of my life near impossible to enjoy. So, that's my 2 cents on the matter. Thank you for watching. Love you guys. Be kind to yourself. Self-analyze, but be kind to yourself. When I say be kind to yourself, I'm just meaning like, okay, you could beat yourself over the head for the last, talking to myself here, 29 years of doing things wrong, or you could start making the needed changes. Don't beat yourself over the head because it gets you nowhere, it gets you bruised and battered. Move on. Do the things you need to change. Accept that you can't get the time back. Accept it. You can't go back in time. You can't change the way you did things back in the day, but you can change now, your current time. You can change it, and you can change it now for your future. Okay? That's all you can do right now. Don't look at what you can't do. Look at what you can do. Bye, guys! Let me see if I can get up after sitting down for 45 minutes. I have to go for a walk and get these steps in. My bottom's numb, but love you guys. Mwah. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're not subscribed. It really helps out the channel. Comment down below what you're going through. I want to give love back to you however I can. And I'm doing this for all of you guys because, once you find someone real that's actually done it on social media, it's hard, unfortunately, because not everyone is real. Not everyone wants to give you the full tea of what you got to do. They're always selling something. Always selling something. I'm selling quality of life, okay? And, okay. Bye, guys. See you later. Bye.